It's the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Store Race Report on Cool Gold 1460 with Dan the Boy Steicher and Billy Doc Niles, brought to you by Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores in Baraboo, Black River Falls, and Toma. By Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, and 3rd Street, downtown La Crosse. By Dean Satellite and Security, your local DirecTV retailer. By the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse. By Dell's Raceway Park in Wisconsin Dells. By Weir's Machine and Racing Products in Bangor, Wisconsin. And by JT Longshots Grill and Saloon in historic downtown West Salem. Now here's Doc and Dan with today's report.
Good afternoon, race fans. I am Radio Man Dan Dyker along with Billy Doc Niles. This is the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores Race Report here on 1460 WBOG, also on the World Wide Web and the TuneIn app.
Love that TuneIn app.
We're going to kind of shift gears tonight at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. There's no racing. Well, I will say, yes, there is racing. The Hornets are racing tonight.
There's sausage racing tonight.
And a bunch of destruction.
Oh, just your kind of action here, buddy.
Smash-a-rama coming up at the La Crosse Speedway tonight. We want Mother Nature to play very, very fair. Do you remember last year, as a matter of fact, when we had the Smash-a-rama, there would have been about 6,000 people in the grandstands. That was the most I'd ever seen for a Smash-a-rama.
That's incredible. It seems like people love the Eve of Destruction and the Smash-a-rama. It's two of the bigger events at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, and all they do is just annihilate stuff. I mean, you get the great Hornet action in there in between, but
and a figure eight race,
but you get monster trucks, you get motorcycles. Is the jet car here this year?
Great, my Green Mama jet car is here.
Green Mama jet car is there. All kinds of things, and to finish it all off, fireworks. It's going to be a great night.
So that's going to be coming up at the La Crosse Speedway tonight. We're going to talk more about that in the program. Coming up on today's program, we have a whole bunch of stuff coming up here. Justin Zimieski and Cole Hamilton, late model drivers at La Crosse. We're going to talk to both of them. Paul Reichert had a chance to talk with Ben Thurk and Jimmy Bjorkman, a couple of Hornet drivers that are going to be at the Speedway tonight. And we're going to bring in go-karters from the Cooley Go-Kart Raceway, the Junior Silver Slingshot. Levi Thompson's going to be joining us in studio, as is Maddie Gilbertson. And Bill Doc Niles, I heard that we are going to get to release some breaking news on those two today.
This is going to be cool. It's pretty exciting. I can't wait to talk about this.
So that's all coming up on the big show. I want to thank all of our wonderful sponsors, especially that Racing Radio. Man, I've learned how to use that. I like that. I like that.
That's good stuff at the racetrack. You're in tune now.
Last weekend at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, we saw 3 drivers pick up their 3rd wins of the year. Adam Moore, win number 3. In the Sportsman, Randy Humfeld picked up win number 3.
Exciting race there.
Nick Panitsky picked up win number 3.
Another exciting race.
And Billy Doc Niles was trackside when I got to interview the top 3 from the feature, and that would be Steve Carlson, Brad Powell, and Nick Panitsky.
For Steve Carlson. Oh, man, I tell you what, that was a heck of a battle.
Yeah, I got a pretty good car. I just can't get in the right lane. I always seem to be picking the wrong lane, and I lose a couple spots on the restarts.
You know, a lot of our young race fans noticed your grill right there. Looks like you did some lawn mowing tonight. What kind of an effect was that having, if any, in your car?
I think all the rain made more of a problem with the track. It was a little slippery tonight.
Another top 3 finish, not bad behind Powell and Panitsky.
Nope, not bad at all.
All right, he'll be back again next week. Steve Carlson. Second place finish tonight. His grill is going to need some cleaning as well. The Tomcat Racing Engine Chevy Double S. Brad Powell, second place finish tonight. Well, Bradley, tell you what, a couple of cautions right there. You found yourself in the right spot.
Yeah, my car was a lot better tonight, but it doesn't take off right away on the restarts. It needs 2 laps, and then it gets good.
Cole Howland, a couple of times you were trying to go to the inside of him, was all the way up against the wall. Was there concern there that he may shoot back down in front of you?
Yeah, you don't know where they're going to go, so you got to hopefully guess right.
Second place finish tonight. How about it for BP Brad Powell? Win number 3 for the man from Lonsdale, Minnesota. How about it, Nick Panitsky? Nice job, brother, man. Thanks. Oh, I tell you what, took you a couple of laps to finally get out to the front, and every time you got comfortable, here comes the caution.
Yeah, you know what? Those guys, they took off. They really had me beat there, and my only saving grace is that there was a caution, really. I was just kind of, surviving in third there, saving my tires. I knew I wasn't going to go up there and pass them at the early parts of the race there, so I just kind of hung out and waited. I knew I had a big gap behind me. I knew they were going to come back to me, so those guys have fast cars too. There's no doubt about it, so they'll be good next week, and we'll be back.
To start the race season, we've got 5 races in. You cannot say you expected to have 3 wins and be the point leader continually after a quarter of the season so far.
Honestly, no, and that really wasn't our main goal at the start of this thing. Main goal is just come out and have fun and keep showing up if we are. So, honestly, I think that's how we're going to play the season out. Just show up, have fun, race hard, race for the win. We're having a blast.
Alrighty, how about Lonsdale, Minnesota's Nick Panitsky?
Nick Panitsky, Billy Doc Niles, you heard him talk about it during the interview. As long as the budget holds and they're in the points race, they're going to come back. Jeff Brown just featured him this week in the Lacrosse Tribune. Can Nick Panitsky win a track championship at the Lacrosse Speedway?
I think the key to that is he said he's having fun. And that's amazing.
He mentioned that several times.
Yes, he did. He's having fun, and that's really cool. Too early to think about points, but the fact that he's won 3 out of 7 features so far, and he's sitting on top of the points, and we're just about halfway through the season. Yeah, he's got a good shot to not only win the track championship at Lacrosse, but he's got a pretty good look at the state championship if he keeps coming back.
Sportsman-wise, how about the wreck between Bob Fort and Steve Bachman? We had it on our TV show this weekend. The in-car from Bachman, as Ford had kind of taken him into the back straightaway wall and then lit himself on fire with a fireworks show in the corner. Steve Bachman cannot get that monkey off his back.
Man, the guy has had so much, bad luck throughout the last few years. I mean, rain shortened his chance to take on Greg Scheck 3 years ago. Was it an injury, 2 years ago?
Broke his hand, was out for 6 races.
Last year, he just bad luck, and it seems like that luck has continued over to this year. That man cannot catch a break. If anybody is in need, number one, of a win, just to make things feel good, but just to have a good finish. He looked like he was on his way to, making it a run for the future. If you watch that in-car video, I like to call it an argument over space when 2 cars get together, and that's what happened. This argument over space put both Fort and Bachman into the wall. Merry Christmas, Randy Humfeld and Brad Worthen. You're going to take the top 2 spots.
And out of the 5 races this year for the Sportsman, Humfeld's won 3 of them, and Worthen has won 2. Adam Moore picked up his 3rd win of the Thunderstocks. Nate Towner, after a 2-year hiatus, comes back. He wins the heat race and the feature. Mike Peters wins one of your favorite classes, the minivans.
I love that minivan class. Them guys are fun to watch, especially the one that looked like it just came off the street. Lights were still in it, brake lights still working.
That was Miranda McCarthy.
Still had the license plates on it, but that's a fun class to watch.
Well, again, coming up in the program, we're going to talk late models, we're going to talk Hornets, we're going to talk go-karts. Paul Reichert's going to join us with a Burn 'Em Rubber Race Report. Bill Doc Niles is also going to talk about what's happening at the Lacrosse Speedway tonight and the consensus in the tower. And I've heard from a dozen different people in the grandstands, they want Billy Doc Niles to do what Caleb Miller did a couple of years ago and get launched off of an airbag on the front straightaway.
That thing's going to pop if I hit it.
Do you remember when Caleb the Trunk Monkey Miller did that?
I do. No, I can honestly say I don't remember. I was not there that night, so
that was the year that I launched. I launched 2 cakes, continuous bags of flour, dozens of eggs, which were cooked about halfway by the time they hit the racetrack. But Caleb Miller actually got on an airbag, and we launched him about 12 feet in the air, and he landed down on the bag, and he was having some walking problems for about a week.
Well, I already have walking problems. I don't need any more.
That's a big show coming up today. And again, I want to thank all of our great sponsors real quickly. JT's Long Shots.
Race fans, JT's Long Shots has your ticket to the Oktoberfest race weekend. Stop in after the races with your ticket stub or your pit pass. Put your name and phone number on it and drop it in the box. This September, we'll draw 1 lucky winner to win a pair of passes, 4-day passes, the Oktoberfest race weekend. That's JT's Long Shots in historic downtown West Salem. Say that fast, Bill.
Alrighty, so if you want to see Bill Doc Niles get launched off of an airbag, you've got between now and the racing tonight at 7:30 to get on our Facebook page, Whitetail Crossing Community Stores Race Report. We want to hear from you. Coming up next, we're going to talk late models at the Lacrosse Speedway. That's coming up on the Whitetail Crossing Community Stores Race Report.
Are you looking for comfort under the sun? You can find that and a whole lot more with your stay at the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse. The Days Inn has 148 spacious rooms, an indoor pool, hot tub, fitness room, and plenty of banquet space to host that big meeting or wedding reception. If you're hungry, food and drink are just steps away at the Heroes Bar and Grill inside the hotel. So if you're planning a pool party, wedding reception, or just want a night away in a jacuzzi suite, Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island is your stop under the sun.
For the best family entertainment value in the Dells area, look no further than Dells Raceway Park. Kids 9 and under are always free. Exciting stock car racing every Saturday night where the stars of tomorrow are racing today in late models, modified, sportsman, bandits, and more. Check the schedule online at DellsRacewayPark.com. Take a free tour of the pits and a lap around the track on race night in DRP's trolley car. Gates open at 4, qualifying at 5:30, green flag racing at 7. Don't miss the excitement every Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park, where the best in the Midwest race.
In a hurry, it's easy to stop. Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop. You're gonna like the things we've got. Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop. It's easy to see when you're on the go. There's only one name you need to know.
Baraboo, Black River Falls, Nakusa, Toma, Wittenberg.
Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop.
Here we go, back to the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Store Race Report with Doc and Dan.
Welcome back to Cool Gold 1460, coolgold1460.com for those listening on the internet. The TuneIn app.
Love the TuneIn app.
I'm Dan Dyker, Billy Knock Niles. We're talking racing up until Smash-O-Rama comes your way at the La Crosse Speedway tonight. LaCrosseSpeedway.com for more information on that schedule. Last weekend, we talked in segment 1. Nick Panitsky, Brad Powell, and Steve Carlson finished 1, 2, and 3 in the NASCAR late model race. Cole Howland could have had that thing won. He was on a rail. He was quick all night long. Somehow he was having some problems brushing up real close to the back straightaway wall. May have had contact once or twice. Billy Doc Nels had a chance to talk to Cole after Saturday night's race to find out what happened to Mr. Calm.
We're with the 4th place finisher at the La Crosse feature on Saturday night, Cole Howland. And Cole, big lead to start that off, but things just didn't go your way there.
No, I did gain a good lead there right away at the beginning, and then as I was going around lap traffic there, I must have driven through something on the racetrack, and the car just pitched sideways, and I almost looped it out of nowhere, and it took a lap or two for the car to come back to normal after that, so there must have been something on the track there.
You know, I noticed after the first restart and after the second restart, you got some good jumps on both of them restarts.
Yeah, both those restarts for sure. That second restart then, when the green flag stayed, I was able to hang in there and take away the second place, and then going through 3 and 4, I was able to drive under the 07 car and get the lead. But unfortunately, I got the pedal down too quick then. Coming out of corner 2, and I tried chasing the car all over the racetrack. I wanted to keep the pedal down so nobody could get a drive underneath me, and I ended up driving myself into the wall, which is really unfortunate because this car was really fast tonight, and I feel like I gave this feature away. I don't think there's anybody that was going to get around me. I just wish I could have came out of 2 a lot cleaner and not gotten into the wall.
Still nothing wrong with a 4th place finish and a fast dash win tonight. Things have got to be looking good for you the rest of the year.
Yeah, for sure. We're getting this car squared away a little bit better. I've got a lot of great sponsors behind me. My dad and I have been working really hard. It's just we're just never going to give up. For sponsors, we have Kish & Sons Electric, HHA Sports, Catherine Helmer's Remax, AJ's Hot Tubs, Home and Custom Collision, Hedgehog ATV, and Lawn Keepers, and the golf club at Cedar Creek.
You know, speaking at your future in-laws there, I happened to see them in the stands afterwards. They were pretty excited watching you up front. They must really enjoy this.
Yeah, those guys for sure. They're very supportive of me, which I really appreciate. They're here pretty much every Saturday night cheering me on. And I thought tonight was the night that I'd be able to give them a feature victory. They haven't watched me win a feature yet. So, again, I feel like I gave this one away. I feel like we had the car to beat. But I guess that's just the way it goes, and we'll be back next week.
That's Cole Howland, 4th at La Crosse. Look for him up front the rest of the year. You could sense the confidence. You could sense the disappointment The confidence is he knows he's got a fast car. The disappointment, he mentioned it how many times. He let that one get away. Look for that one car to win a feature at least once this year.
Another guy that you had a chance to talk to that would like to get himself a heat race win and eventually a feature is the only elected official at the La Crosse Speedway. He is an elected Houston County Commissioner. Billy Docknell's had a chance to talk with the number 97 of Justin Zimieski.
He not only is a race car driver, he is also the Houston County Commissioner in Houston County, Minnesota. It's Justin Zimieski. And Justin, first of all, you got into racing a couple years ago. Why'd you get into racing?
Well, I've actually been racing since I was 8. Started racing go-karts, got to about 15, started racing go-karts on asphalt road course shifter carts. Got running Skip Barber series, running road course, and then went back to dirt. And it was a toss-up. We wanted to look at going into midgets or sprint cars, and we were looking at the price, and we'd have to travel so far. And my dad said, you know what, you got late models right in your backyard in La Crosse. And we said, well, maybe that would be the route to go. So we got rid of all the dirt stuff and came asphalt racing.
All right, before we turn the recorder on here, you were telling me a really interesting story about how you came about getting this car.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, Brian Brown, down in Missouri, had the car. He had it for sale. He was looking at possibly getting out of racing, doing something else. The track down in Lebanon was kind of struggling a little bit, and so he had his car for sale. So we bought it, and then he actually got back into racing about 2 years ago. And last year he was a Missouri state champ, and so we had a decent car to start with, and then with the help of Toby Noodleman, we kind of tweaked it and made it even better.
So a couple of years you've been spot racing. How's a lot of success, a little bit of success? How's things been going?
Been a steep learning curve. The first year we only ran about a half a season, did a lot of practicing, trying to just get the feel for the car. It's so different than dirt, so much more finicky, and it's a lot more difficult. So then last year we ran was our first full season, still trying to get used to things, trying to figure out the passing and what to do, what not to do. Mirrors, we didn't have mirrors in dirt, so getting used to that. Steep learning curve came out this year and really turned a corner. Things are feeling real good. Cars good, fast. We're feeling real confident going into this year.
I've noticed a couple of times you've been close to the front, but not quite, especially in the heat races. That first heat is pretty competitive. Do you feel one coming here soon?
Oh, absolutely. We kind of had some mechanical problems. The first race ended up the bolt hole in the third link of the rear end came out, so we had to call our quits early then. And then the second race, we were running real strong. Fourth lap, a couple guys spun in front of us, and we ended up going into the back of Jeremy Wagner and took us out for a couple weeks. So we really haven't had a chance to test it and see what it could really do. So anxious to finally get some clean air and get out there and see what we got underneath us.
Well, like we do with all drivers, give us an idea who's sponsoring you this year to make sure you get out here and play every week.
Well, I appreciate that. Our biggest sponsor this year is actually my dad. As most drivers know, their fathers are a big sponsor, and we also got help from Way More Transportation. My cousin Kirk Carr Motorsports, they've been on board with us, so it's been good, challenging, but we're trying to front a lot of this one ourselves this year.
All right, as the Houston County Commissioner, what are the big issues ahead of you this year?
Well, we've always got something going over in Houston County, I'll tell you. Some of the big things that are going on right now, we're still looking at trying to get a new highway department building going. Our old one's getting a little bit dilapidated, trying to figure out some plans. How do we do it without overstressing the taxpayers? We got the big jail that's out there that's always kind of been a little bit of a hindrance with the costs and stuff, trying to keep that down for the taxpayers. That's kind of the big thing. We're looking at some restructuring and stuff with the department, see if we can gain some efficiencies. Other than that, as always, trying to keep taxes down and people happy.
That's a good commissioner, and he wants to get your taxes down. Justin, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Gotta love a commissioner that wants to bring the taxes down for the people.
We may have just gained a couple of sponsors with that kind of talk.
That was pretty cool, man. He's pretty excited about it. He's faster. He showed that in the heat race and the feature Saturday night. Mm-hmm. He's starting to pick this oval racing up. Yeah, look for him to be a top 10 contender, hopefully by the end of the year.
Well, I want to thank Cole Howland and Justin Zimieski for joining us on the program. We got to take a break. When we come back, our Team Dean segment today is going to be in honor of go-karter Drew Krybeck, who had a nasty crash here back in April when I was down in Madison. Drew couldn't make it today because, he's got a lot of other commitments going on. He is a go-kart racer, so we're going to make the Team Dean segment about go-kart racing. Matty Gilbertson and Levi Thompson are going to join us next right here on the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores Race Report.
Come on in. Welcome to JT's Long Shots in West Salem. We're Trisha and Jim.
It's your new sports bar for watching all your favorite sports. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, with $1.75 domestics and rails. For lunch or dinner, the kitchen is open. Half-price burgers on Mondays. Tuesday, it's bone or boneless wings. Fish tacos on Friday. Stop after the races tonight to hear live music. It's Joe Cody from 8 to midnight.
Jim and I'd love to see you at JT's Long Shots Sports Bar, downtown West Salem.
Spring, spring, spring. Now that it's spring, no one wants to sit inside and watch TV with it so beautiful outside. And when you get DirecTV through Dean's Satellite and Security, you don't have to. You can now take your TV with you into the great outdoors with the free mobile app from DirecTV. Going on a picnic? Take your TV with you. Sitting by the lake? Don't miss your favorite show. It's really that simple. Call your local friends at Dean's Satellite and Security today at 608-269-2897 or visit them online at deanstv.com. Now get outside and watch your TV. Content, channels, and functionality varies by TV package, viewing location, and device. Data charges may apply. Conditions apply. Call for details.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Jerry Beyer here, and I'm pleased to announce that we have opened a new location. Now you'll find our Big Boar Cook Shack parked on the corner of George and July Street every Wednesday through Sunday. So come on over and sink your teeth into the barbecue voted best in La Crosse County. Don't forget takeout.
And just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
Big Boar Barbecue, that's a mouthful.
Weir's Machine and Racing Products, Bangor, Wisconsin. A proud supporter of the local racing, celebrating 20 years in the racing industry. From dirt tracks to asphalt, Weir's Machine manufactures over 400 quality parts that racers rely on to win races, producing some of the finest parts in the industry. From engine parts, tools, suspension parts, to race accessories. Head to Weir'sMachine.com to browse their entire line or call them direct. Weir's Machine and Racing Products, Bangor, Wisconsin.
It's Team Dean time as the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Store Race Report continues on Cool Gold 1460.
Welcome back to Whitetail Crossing Convenience Store's Race Report here on 1460. Cool Gold 1460 WBOG, also live online, and that thing called the TuneIn app.
Love the TuneIn app.
Right there on your cell phones, and we're going to talk racing as we normally do. We're going to kind of scale it down just a tad bit. This will be the first time this year. Bill and I, we support almost any kind of racing. It doesn't matter who it is, how old you are, where it is. We support racing, and there is a racetrack right in our backyard that we're going to highlight today.
Right in La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway's backyard. This is the future of racing right here. We've seen some of the stars at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway come from this little track just off of Turn 4 outside of the racetrack. It's the Coulee Gold Kart Raceway.
With us today, we have the number 78 Levi Jr. Slingshot. No Smedler. It's Junior Slingshot Thompson. He's a Junior Sportsman 1 driver. And with him, we have the Ka-Chow, number 9, Maddie Gilbertson. She's a Junior Sportsman 2 driver. Welcome, guys. Well, you can say hi.
You can say hi.
Hi.
You did, so we just did TV, and you were loud. Now we're radio. Now you can get louder.
And talkative, too.
I've known Maddie going on, I want to say 6 years, because you're going to be 13 soon enough.
Yeah. So 6 years.
Announced way back when you were like way high to a grasshopper's
7.
knees. And Levi, I've known him since I think you were born. Seriously, because you're 10.
Yeah.
So I've been at the Speedway 11 years. So you were born just after I started. That's how close I know the Thompson Racing family. And we thought we wanted to get you guys in today. Go-karters are racers. Like Bill said, you are the future of racing in this area. We're going to break some news on the program today as well. But first off, we're going to let you know a little bit more about these guys. Levi, how did you get into go-kart racing?
My dad and my brothers raced, and I wanted to, so I asked, and I could.
Did you think they were going to let you?
Yeah.
We got to clarify. Who's your brother again?
Jeff Thompson.
And what number does he run?
03.
Where?
La Crosse Speedway.
What class?
Sportsman.
Damn, he's good.
You know, he owes you a free lunch now. You just nailed that. I bet you know his sponsors more than he does. He's thinking.
He has to have his written down. I don't think he knows his own brothers.
Ooh.
So Levi's been 2 years now. Tell me, what is the Junior Sportsman 1 class? For the people on the radio that know what a go-kart looks like, how fast are you going? And talk about the competition.
The competition is really fierce because you want points to win the championship, and when you win, it's like a really big deal because you get a lot more points.
So now, for those that don't know, Bill, at the Cooley Go-Kart race where you start off in the kiddie carts, you have to stay there for a year or two. Then you go to the rookie class. So the next bigger class is the J1, where you're actually gaining a lot more speed.
Yeah.
No, Maddie, you just moved up to Junior 2?
Yeah, and it's a lot more faster, and I'm excited to get to like the higher classes and go like the top speed, and it gets a little bit more competitive, and it'll be even more fun because you get closer to all of your other people you race against.
Do you know exactly how fast you're going with these karts?
Not exactly. I think the top speed that you could go is around 50 or something.
Holy cow, that's pretty fast.
And they hold the mail. When I used to announce, standing at the flag stand or standing at the announcer stand, I used to look straight down. Davey Pennell taught me a best way to do this years ago to gauge how fast they're going. Now, the announcer stand is a little bit closer to turn one, so they're kind of backing off a little bit. But they're screaming. I mean, they had the pan heads. What was the top? What was the top? I'm looking at Levi's dad. Flatheads, which was probably the speed demons of the Cooley Go-Kart Raceway. Drew Krybick said years ago there's no reason they wouldn't top out a 60 mile an hour on that track.
That's incredible. So how did you guys, Maddie, we'll start with you. How did you get into go-kart racing?
Well, my cousin was racing before me, and I would go and watch him. And it was always, since the first race I saw, it was always intriguing to me. I always loved to go seeing it. And my mom finally let me do it when I was 7.
But you're a girl. Girls don't race. I'm sure you've probably heard that.
I have sometimes, but
you got the look again, Dyke.
the girls are getting more and more, and some see in my class where there's 2 girls, me and another girl, and then 2 boys. So it's 2 girls against 2 boys. So it's kind of even, and the girls are overpowering the boys. So it doesn't mean that the boys only can race, girls can race too, because I have beaten many boys in my racing years before.
I love her attitude.
I
love her attitude.
I'm noticing some supreme confidence coming out of this young woman right here.
Levi, what about you? When you talk, I watch you guys when you race, and it is fierce. I mean, I've watched you guys wipe out, crash, roll over, tumble 4 or 5 times. I'm trying to think who it was the very first year that I announced the Cooley Go-Kart race was a young girl that tumbled over at turn 4. Laura Lee Dummer.
She
5 years old, and she did 3 flips and then hit and I'm up at the announce table going, wait a minute, that was violent. Well, then 7 years later, one of the booth girls launched out of turn 2 and cleared the hay bales right into the fence. I mean,
that's going fast if you can do that. So,
Levi, knowing that, the people you're racing against, you're also friends with in the pits.
Yeah. Most of the time your friends are pretty much rivals on the track, but friends in the pits.
That is such a key aspect of racing to learn he's 10 years old, and he already knows something like that.
And you see this at the track here, on the big track, people helping each other out. Maddie, you talked about this on the TV show. When I asked you about how much work do you do on the karts, you told me something interesting about what goes on at the track.
Well, some of the dads will help out, my go-kart, there was something wrong during the feature, and a whole bunch of the dads I was racing with came over and started helping, and there is a time limit what you can have before you can't race, and all the dads are saying if just they can give me more time because everybody else was fine with it because they wanted to see me race. So all the dads help out.
That's pretty cool.
Now, a couple of minutes left in the segment. Now, we always wonder, Matt Henderson, Davey Pennell, Steve Bachman, I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of names, started out where they are at the Cooley Go-Kart Raceway. Now they're running Sportsman. Now they're running super late models. Now they're running NASCAR late models. You guys are going to have an opportunity, I understand, because we're going to break some news here. That when is it that you guys are going to be testing Hornet cars at Mississippi Thunder Speedway? Levi.
In July.
I saw some video of this happening in your large yard about a month ago. I didn't know who it was in the car. That was you.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was fun.
I mean, but you're a shorty guy. How did you get in there? The seats are bigger than you are. Did they stack up JCPenney catalogs or what?
No.
You're never too short to race.
See?
Whoa.
Well, yeah, Rocco Abrio can attest to that.
No, yeah, Rico Abrio. Yeah, he does great. He wins the Chili Bowl, 3 out of the last 4 years. So tell us, have you been in the car? Have you tested it? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm very looking forward to it, and I'm very excited.
How nervous are you?
None. None at all.
See the look? She did that on TV, too.
I just got the look.
Man, pierces right through the forehead. This girl is all full of determination. How can you, Levi, running go-karts for a couple of years, how can you use what you've learned in a go-kart on a big dirt track in a Hornet car?
You can use how you slide on the track to saving it in the dirt track. It's a lot different because dirt is more slippery, so you have to use what you've learned on cement to bring it to dirt so you can learn more.
Okay.
What a well-versed answer that was.
That was a great answer. We only have a little more than a minute left here, so we want to get your sponsors in before we let you go. Maddie, let's start with you.
There's Blado's Bakery of Winona, Features of Homan, Pizza Corral, Don's Transmission of Onalaska, Jim Danny's of West Salem, National Sports, CNC Towing and Recovering, Broncho's, Ultra Federal Credit Union, and Booze Booze.
What do you got for us, Levi?
She has 5 food sponsors, by the way.
I knew you were counting.
Mom and Dad, Duke and Becky, my brother Jeff, all the fans that are there every week, the weekly trophy sponsors, Mom and Dad, Semi-Express, Auto Valley Whitehall, Jim's Paint Shop, and Grandma and Grandpa Thompson.
Levi Jr. Slingshot Thompson drives the number 78, Junior Sportsman 1, and Maddie has the Ka-Chow number 9, Maddie Gilbertson, Junior Sportsman 2. Matter of fact, her cart looks like Nick Clement's late model and Randy Humfeld's Sportsman. They were all at Toys R Us and at the release of Cars 3.
No, she played it right. She could be Ka-Chow number 7. They did have 6, 7, 8.
No. One of them has to change their number. I'm not changing my number.
See, this
look
attitude.
at that. Oh, my.
You want to co-host my show with me next year?
Sure.
See, look at that.
You kicked me to the curb that easy?
I think Maddie just did.
Oh.
Maddie Gilbertson and Levi Thompson, some of the finest individuals you're going to find, both on a child aspect and a racing aspect. Very professional interviews you guys just did, and we really appreciate you guys coming in. Congrats on the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
CooleyGoKartRaceway.com. Make sure you check them out during the fair and also the big Sunday races as well. They also have an eating competition coming up in August. When we come back, more on the Whitetail Crossing Community Stores Race Report.
For the best family entertainment value in the Dells area, look no further than Dells Raceway Park. Kids 9 and under are always free. Exciting stock car racing every Saturday night where the stars of tomorrow are racing today in late models, modified, sportsman, bandits, and more. Check the schedule online at DellsRacewayPark.com. Take a free tour of the pits and a lap around the track on race night in DRP's trolley car. Gates open at 4, qualifying at 5:30, green flag racing at 7. Don't miss the excitement every Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. We're the best in the Midwest race.
In a hurry, it's easy to stop. Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop. You're gonna like the things we've got. Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop. It's easy to see when you're on the go. There's only one name you need to know.
Baraboo, Black River Falls, Nakusa, Toma, Wittenberg.
Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop.
Come on in. Welcome to JT's Long Shots in West Salem. We're Trisha and Jim.
It's your new sports bar for watching all your favorite sports. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, with $1.75 domestics and rails. For lunch or dinner, the kitchen is open. Half-price burgers on Mondays. Tuesday, it's bone or boneless wings. Fish tacos on Friday. Stop after the races tonight to hear live music. It's Joe Cody from 8 to midnight.
Jim and I'd love to see you at JT's Long Shots Sports Bar, downtown West Salem.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Jerry Beyer here, and I'm pleased to announce that we have opened a new location. Now you'll find our Big Boar Cook Shack parked on the corner of George and July Street every Wednesday through Sunday. So come on over and sink your teeth into the barbecue voted best in La Crosse County. Don't forget takeout.
And just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
Big Boar Barbecue, that's a mouthful.
Tall, dark, and handsome, big, fat, and ugly, you decide. Here's Doc and Dan on Cool Gold 1460.
Welcome back. He's Billy Doc Niles. I'm Radio Man Dan Dyker. His other nickname is the Sheriff. Mine is the Voice. We could keep this going on all day. This is the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores Race Report.
We only have an hour, Dyker.
On 1460 WBOG. That's Cool Gold. For those people listening on the internet, hello to you. Those that have their smartphones on, the TuneIn app.
Love the TuneIn app.
Well, we've talked late models today. We've talked go-karting. Now let's talk Hornets. They're going to be back at the La Crosse Speedway tonight as part of Smash-O-Rama. The figure eights are going to be out, crushing, smashing, huge fireworks. Interesting story behind Jimmy Bjorkman. I know it was in the newspaper here a couple of years ago. You knew about his father, I think, before I did.
I raced against his father.
And Jimmy, we had him on the show last year. Yep. What a personality that kid's got.
Yeah, it's what a great kid. He's so nice and he's so quiet. But man, on the track, he is so fierce. And our boy Paul Riker caught up with him last week at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway.
Jimmy, thanks for the time.
Yep, thanks.
So, what got you interested in coming out here racing with the Hornets here recently?
Well, my brother's always raced, my uncles, so kind of ran in the family, so
okay.
Thought I'd give it a shot.
And what kind of attitude did you have? What kind of goals did you have coming into this, or is this just for fun, basically?
Well, I wanted to get a couple wins, and I did, so now I just want to keep winning, so.
And of course, one of those wins was the Oktoberfest Hornet feature last year, and that must have been a big accomplishment for you there.
Yeah, that was my first feature, and that was pretty fun, especially since it's Oktoberfest, so that was pretty cool.
And of course, now you're second here in the Hornet points here. Got a championship goal here this year, or is it still just play it by ear or wait and see?
Yeah, my goal is championship, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. And let's see, what did you? How old are you now?
I'm 17.
So still in high school. What would you say to people who might be thinking about coming in the Hornet class? This is probably one of the one of the best entry level divisions out here.
Yeah, it's pretty fun and pretty easy to get started. Just get a car and come out. It'll be pretty fun.
Okay. Well, Jimmy, thanks for the time. We really appreciate it.
Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores Race Report continues on. That's Jimmy Bjorkman. You're going to see him in action tonight. Billy Doc Niles of the La Crosse Speedway.
He is on a roll right now. He's got a feature win and a top 3 under his belt, and I think a top 5. He's been in the top 5 all 3 races so far this year. Kid's going to be a definite contender when it comes to the end of the season.
Another contender that's slowly coming around is Ben Thurk. I know Kendon Thurk had raced last year. Ben Thurk, another one of these kind of strong drivers as well, and yet another newcomer to the Hornet class.
And it's kind of cool to talk to some of these guys and get their perspective on what it's like to be in the beginner class. Here's our boy Paul with Mr. Thurk.
Ben, thanks so much for the time. Thank you. So how long have you been racing in the Hornet class here at La Crosse now?
This will be my second full year, but I've probably been doing it for 5-6, off and on. Yeah.
And what drew you to run the Hornet class, or what got you interested in doing this?
Would have been probably EVA Destruction 7 years ago.
Okay.
My buddy goes, "You want to race a Hornet?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So this is actually my second car. So we got a little Civic hatchback for like $100. Fixed that up and I ran that.
So, and of course, Thurk's the last, very familiar last name around here. Is your dad Tom Thurk?
My uncle.
Your uncle, okay. So what was it like growing up with around racing with him, with being a well-known engine builder and crew member here for many years?
Well, I know my dad did a lot with the go-karts at the old clay go-kart track.
Okay.
So I was around that a lot. And then as soon as they built this one, he was done with all that. But
yeah,
I felt my uncle at his shop time to time with motors and little other stuff here and there.
So that gets you interested in racing here, seeing what your uncle Tom was doing?
A little bit. I've always been interested in racing ever
Okay.
since I was probably 2-3 years old.
And have you set any goals for this season running here in the Hornet class, or is it like pretty much just for fun?
If I could get top 5 in points by the end of the year, that's a goal. But other than that, it's just for fun.
Yeah. Okay. And of course, you got some great sponsors on here. We got to thank them. Otherwise, you couldn't be doing this.
Yep. Carlson Designs. He's my big one. He's actually majority of the car owner.
Ah, okay.
TJ's Auto Glass, Ed's Service Center.
Okay. Is this like with Mike's deal with CK Racing, or is this a different deal here?
A little bit. I mean, Mike does all my vinyl work, helps me set the car up.
Okay. All right. Well, Ben, good luck to you this season, and hopefully we'll see you in Victory Lane soon.
Thank you.
And again, I want to thank Jimmy Bjorkman and Ben Thurk. You're going to see them both in action tonight at the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway. They are a part of Smashorama.
Oh, Smashorama is going to be fun tonight. The Wisconsin Lottery presents Smashorama. Monster trucks, the Green Mamba jet car, Hornets, a boat race, a figure 8 race, and
Without
so much
water
more. Without
boat race.
water, yes, that's going to be fun to watch. The first 500 fans that come through the gate get a Wisconsin Lottery scratch-off ticket. The Clement sausages are going to be there. This says there's a pre-race Subway eating challenge. Are you in this one?
Though they did move that. Oh, boy.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to be there tonight, but that's all kicks off tonight. And then after everything's over, after all the destruction, a huge fireworks extravaganza.
Got a new company last year, and man, did they put on quite the show.
I can't wait to see that. Hopefully I'll be there tonight to check it out.
Alrighty, some other races Billy and I can never check out. Paul Reichert covers them all. Coming up next, our Burning Rubber Race Report right here on 1460 WBOG.
Are you looking for comfort under the sun? You can find that and a whole lot more with your stay at the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse. The Days Inn has 148 spacious rooms, an indoor pool, hot tub, fitness room, and plenty of banquet space to host that big meeting or wedding reception. If you're hungry, food and drink are just steps away at the Heroes Bar and Grill inside the hotel. So if you're planning a pool party, wedding reception, or just want a night away in a jacuzzi suite, Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island is your stop under the sun.
Spring, spring, spring. Now that it's spring, no one wants to sit inside and watch TV with it so beautiful outside. And when you get DirecTV through Dean Satellite and Security, you don't have to. You can now take your TV with you into the great outdoors with the free mobile app from DirecTV. Going on a picnic? Take your TV with you. Sitting by the lake? Don't miss your favorite show. It's really that simple. Call your local friends at Dean Satellite and Security today at 608-269-2897 or visit them online at deanstv.com. Now get outside and watch your TV. Content, channels, and functionality varies by TV package, viewing location, and device. Data charges may apply. Conditions apply. Call for details.
For the best family entertainment value in the Dells area, look no further than Dells Raceway Park. Kids 9 and under are always free. Exciting stock car racing every Saturday night where the stars of tomorrow are racing today in late models, modified, sportsman, bandits, and more. Check the schedule online at DellsRacewayPark.com. Take a free tour of the pits and a lap around the track on race night in DRP's trolley car. Gates open at 4, qualifying at 5:30, green flag racing at 7. Don't miss the excitement every Saturday night at Dells Raceway Park. We're the best in the Midwest race.
Get ready. It's the Days Inn Burnin' Rubber Race Report with Paul Reichert. Brought to you by the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse. Now here's Paul with this week's report.
Hello again, race fans. Paul Reichert here, ready to bring you another edition of the Burning Rubber Race Report. Coming up after the break, a lot of results to talk about, including a big money race win for Bubba Pollard, the All-Star Circuit of Champions doing their Ohio Sprint Week last week, and an MCA modified driver from eastern Wisconsin pocketed $15,000 in 2 days of racing. We'll tell you all about that and much more in the Burning Rubber Race Report coming up next.
Are you looking for comfort under the sun? You can find that and a whole lot more with your stay at the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse. The Days Inn has 148 spacious rooms, an indoor pool, hot tub, fitness room, and plenty of banquet space to host that big meeting or wedding reception. If you're hungry, food and drink are just steps away at the Heroes Bar and Grill inside the hotel. So if you're planning a pool party, wedding reception, or just want a night away in a jacuzzi suite, Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island is your stop under the sun.
Hello there, race fans. Paul Reicher, ready to bring you another edition of the Burning Rubber Race Report presented by the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center. Let's take a look at the racing action from this past week. We'll start with last Monday at Berlin Raceway over in Marne, Michigan. They had a big money race, the Money in the Bank race. $20,000 to win super late model feature, and guess who came up and won it? Bubba did. Yes, Bubba Pollard scored the win. You know him in big money races. $10,000 to win Outlaw Super Late Model feature, also part of that show. Steve Needles took the win. All-Star Circuit of Champions had their Ohio Sprint Week last week. Monday, they were at Wayne County Speedway in Orville. Kyle Larson took the win. In fact, he won the next night at Sharon, Ohio on Tuesday. Wednesday, they were in Waynesfield. Tim Schaefer took the victory. Thursday, they were at Muskegon County Speedway in Zanesville. Spencer Baston claimed the victory. And they wrapped up Saturday at Atomic Speedway in Chillicothe. Cole Duncan scored the win. Tim Schaefer is your Ohio Sprint Week champion. Tuesday, the Dirt Kings Late Model Tour was at 141 Speedway in Francis Creek. Nick Anvilink took the win. UMP Summer Nationals held tour back in action at Jacksonville, Illinois. Billy Moyer scored another win. World of Outlaw Late Models were at McKean County Raceway in East Smithport, Pennsylvania. Local racer Max Blair beat the Outlaws. How about that? World of Outlaw Sprint Cars were at Granite City Speedway in Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, north of the Twin Cities. Donnie Schatz scored the win. On Thursday, the UMP Summer Nationals Hell Tour was at Spoon River Speedway in Canton, Illinois. Bobby Pierce claimed the victory. And the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series had a big weekend in the Northwest at Skagit Speedway in Alger, Washington, the Jim Hertz Memorial Dirt Cup. Thursday's preliminary feature won by Aaron Rutzel. Friday's preliminary feature went to Sam Haverteep, and Sam claimed the big money in the A-Main on Saturday night. On Friday, Golden Sands, they had the Albert Getzloff Memorial Race, twin super late model features. First went to Mark Mackesy, second to Derek Van Driel. Ricky Baker won the late model feature at Grundy at Hawkeye Downs. Joey Gaze, of course, was running the Xfinity race at Iowa Speedway. He came home Friday night to Hawkeye Downs and won the late model feature. Mid-American Stock Cars also part of that show, and Rambo Rick Corso came out on top. At the Mississippi Thunder Speedway, John Doley won the USRA Modified feature. At the Norway Speedway up in Dayopia, Dan Lindsley won the super late model feature. 141 Speedway had a big $10,000 to win IMCA Modified feature. Kyle Stickler won that race, beat Benji Lacrosse for the win by 5 1,000ths of a second. Wow. ARCA ran at Matson Friday. Austin Theriot claimed the victory. The NSTA Top Speed Modified Tour at Kalamazoo, Michigan. Travis Eddy, that's Mike Eddy's son, he claimed the victory. UMP Summer Nationals Hell Tour at Tri-City Speedway in Pontoon Beach, Illinois. Dennis Erb Jr. claimed the victory. And Shane Stewart won the World of Outlaw Sprint Car race at West Liberty, Iowa. On Saturday, John Canton won the NASCAR Late Model feature at Cedar Lake. Corey Brueggemann, the NASCAR Modified feature. At Deer Creek, Brad Waits won the USRA Modified feature. At the Dells, it was round 2 of the Wisconsin Challenge Series. Andrew Morrissey was the winner. Double features for the NASCAR Late Models at Elko. Those were won by Grant Brown and Dylan Moore. The Dude, Danny Lasowski, won the 410 Sprint feature at Knoxville. At La Crosse, it was Nick Panitsky, the hot shoe this season, scoring his third win of the season. Max Kaler, a rookie at Rockford, claimed his first ever NASCAR late model feature win. At Shawano, Brett Swedberg won the late model feature. They also had a $5,000 to win IMCA modified feature, and Kyle Stickler won that. $15,000 in 2 days of racing. Nice job, Kyle. Lucas Oil AMA Pro Motocross was at Muddy Creek Raceway in Blountville, Tennessee. Jason Anderson and Eli Tomac split the 450 motos. Tomac the overall winner. ARCA CRA Super Series at Anderson, Indiana, Saturday night, running the old ASA Redbud 400 race. Remember that? How about this? Haven't heard this guy's name in a while. Stephen Wallace claimed the victory. Cars Tour at Orange County Speedway in Rougemont, North Carolina. Lane Riggs won the late model feature. Cole Rouse the super late model feature. NASCAR K10 Pro West Series on the road course at Sonoma. Kevin Harvick took the win. Derek Cross's first ever road course race. He came home 5th. Not bad. NASCAR Wayland Modified Tour at Riverhead, New York. Tim Solomito the winner. UMP Summer Nationals Hell Tour was at Fairbury, Illinois on Saturday. Shannon Babb scored the win. World of Outlaw Late Models were at Lernerville Speedway in Silver, Pennsylvania for the Firecracker 100. Thursday show rained out, moved to Saturday afternoon. Preliminary feature there won by Brandon Shepard. Friday's show at Colwell Wash. They ran the Big A main on Saturday night. Brandon Overton came out on top. Shane Stewart scored his second straight World of Outlaws sprint car win when they visited Beaver Dam on Saturday night. On Sunday at Slinger, Gary Lamont won the super late model feature. Zach Riddle won the late model feature to end Ryan Gutnick's 3-feature win streak. And the UMP Summer Nationals Hell Tour ran at Tri-State Speedway in Hopside, Indiana Sunday. And Tyler Erb, Dennis Erb Jr.'s son, claimed his first ever win on the tour. Nice job. And that'll do it for this edition of the Bernie Rubber Race Report presented by the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center. I'm Paul Reichert. Have a happy and safe 4th of July, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
That's the Days Inn Burnin' Rubber Race Report with Paul Reichert, brought to you by the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse.
In a hurry, it's easy to stop. Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop. You're gonna like the things we've got. Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop. It's easy to see when you're on the go. There's only one name you need to know.
Baraboo, Black River Falls, Nakusa, Toma, Wittenberg.
Whitetail Crossing and Smoke Shop.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Jerry Beyer here, and I'm pleased to announce that we have opened a new location. Now you'll find our Big Boar Cook Shack parked on the corner of George and July Street every Wednesday through Sunday. So come on over and sink your teeth into the barbecue voted best in La Crosse County. Don't forget takeout.
Just come on down for the best food in town at Big Boar Barbecue.
Big Boar Barbecue, that's a mouthful.
Spring, spring, spring. Now that it's spring, no one wants to sit inside and watch TV with it so beautiful outside. And when you get DirecTV through Dean Satellite and Security, you don't have to. You can now take your TV with you into the great outdoors with the free mobile app from DirecTV. Going on a picnic? Take your TV with you. Sitting by the lake? Don't miss your favorite show. It's really that simple. Call your local friends at Dean Satellite and Security today at 608-269-2897 or visit them online at deanstv.com. Now get outside and watch your TV. Content, channels, and functionality varies by TV package, viewing location, and device. Data charges may apply. Conditions apply. Call for details.
Come on in. Welcome to JT's Long Shots in West Salem. We're Trisha and Jim.
It's your new sports bar for watching all your favorite sports. Happy hour Monday through Friday, 3 to 7, with $1.75 domestics and rails. For lunch or dinner, the kitchen is open. Half-price burgers on Mondays. Tuesday, it's bone or boneless wings. Fish tacos on Friday. Stop after the races tonight to hear live music. It's Joe Cody from 8 to midnight.
Jim and I'd love to see you at JT's Long Shots Sports Bar, downtown West Salem.
There's the white flag. One more lap on Whitetail Crossing Convenience Store Race Report on Cool Gold 1460.
Welcome back one more time on this Saturday afternoon. Smash-A-Rama coming up at the La Crosse Speedway tonight. It's the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores Race Report here on 1460 WBUG. That's coolgold1460.com. The TuneIn app.
Love the TuneIn app.
On your smartphones. So, Smash-A-Rama's coming up tonight. You know what was not a Smash-A-Rama, which really surprised me, was Sonoma last weekend.
That was quite the interesting race. I would never have picked Kevin Harvick to win a road course race, I'll tell you that right now.
No.
I think tops on my list would have been the Dinger, first of all, because the Dinger has been really good, but the last 3 road course races, he's just been getting smacked around, and I actually kind of thought Danica might have had a chance, but
ran very well.
She did.
She got caught up.
Yep, and it's just, I don't know how you explain it. I mean, who would have thought in their wildest dreams that Harvick was going to win a road course race?
Going into it, he didn't think so.
No,
there's no way he couldn't.
He was just looking to get a solid top 10 out of it. He'll tell you that right now, and make sure that we all get a bloomin' onion.
Xfinity last weekend, what a tough break. Ty Majeski, let me think now, was 13th in practice number 1. He was around 16 in practice number 2. He goes in and qualifies 10th.
That was amazing.
In his first ever Xfinity ride, and was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, at the beginning, if you watch the beginning of the race, he was all the way up to the top 5, which was great. And then he started fading at the end of that first segment, and you could see when they showed his tire, that thing was close to going because the cords were showing. And then wrong place at the wrong time in segment 2. No place to go, bounces off the car spinning in front of him. They try the best to get the car running, and then finally in the last segment, tire blows, sticks him in the wall. heartbreaking end to a debut night.
Ty has another Xfinity race coming up in July. So the question that hit Facebook this week, I think, is a legitimate question. The Monster Energy Drink NASCAR cars should hold either an all-star race or a regular season race at the Iowa Speedway. Your thoughts?
Not a bad idea. There's a couple of tracks that probably don't deserve second dates that could probably spit one out. It wouldn't shock me to see a NASCAR date at Iowa. It wouldn't shock me to see them guys running a road course right here in our backyard. And it's just there are so many tracks that they can go to, and there's only so many races you can run during the season. I'd like to see them to get to some different tracks and take away some of these second dates that tracks don't deserve.
Well, I'm trying to think what the address of the Iowa Speedway is. It's 1 Rusty Wallace Way.
Yeah, well, isn't Rusty the designer of this track?
Yeah, so why wouldn't there, even an all-star race here in the Midwest?
That would be awesome.
I think it would be heavily attended.
I mean,
look at all the people that went to watch Majeski run Xfinity.
I mean, even an all-star race for the Xfinity series and the Truck series, that'd be. I mean, look at how many people go to Eldora.
Okay, now if you did now this brings up another conversation for next week.
Uh-oh.
If you run an all-star race in Xfinity, will you allow Kyle Busch and Horseface and Kyle Larson to run that race?
I would say those gaining points in that class deserve to be in that race.
I agree. I don't like the NASCAR regulars are in the Xfinity race to me, period, because one of the comments was, well, Ty Majeski could learn a lot if Kyle Busch was out there because he could follow him and learn from him. No, I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with it either. I think Kyle Busch comes in and he spanks everybody when he gets into the Xfinity.
And again, what happens if Ty beats Kyle at Kaukauna,
that is
August
going to be
1st.
So much fun to watch if it does happen.
I'm going to that race.
Can't
Mark
wait.
Martin signing autographs, too.
I thought he was racing.
Well, so far, Kyle's racing and signing autographs. Mark Martin, from what I heard, was just going to be signing autographs.
Well, we'll see what happens. We got to wrap this puppy up here, Mr. Diker. Race fans, JT's Long Shots has your ticket to the Oktoberfest race weekend. Stop in after the races with your ticket stub or your pit pass. Put your name and phone number on it and drop it in the box. This September, JT's will draw one lucky winner for a 4-day pass to the Oktoberfest race weekend. That's JT's Long Shots in historic downtown West Salem.
Parmesan garlic boneless wings. That's all I've got to say.
Love them.
And they have some cool T-shirts. Hey, I want to thank Justin Zimieski and Cole Howell and NASCAR drivers from La Crosse for joining us. Jimmy Bjorkman and Ben Thurk, Hornet drivers from La Crosse for joining us. Go-karters, Levi and Maddie. Levi, the junior Silver Slingshot Thompson, and Maddie Gilbertson driving the Ka-Chow number 9 for being on the program. I want to thank Jesse for producing this thing. Billy Doc Niles, couldn't have a delightful, fun show without him sitting next to my side. We greatly appreciate him being here as well. Are you going to ride the airbag tonight?
Nope.
All right, see how quick conversation that was. Until next week, or tonight at Smash-A-Rama, he's Billy Doc Niles. I'm Radio Man Dan Diker. Thanks for joining us. You've been listening to the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores Race Report on 1460 WBOG.
There's the checkered flag. Join us again next week for the Whitetail Crossing Convenience Store Race Report on Cool Gold 1460, brought to you by Whitetail Crossing Convenience Stores in Baraboo, Black River Falls, and Toma. By Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, and 3rd Street, downtown La Crosse. By Dean Satellite and Security, your local DirecTV retailer. By the Days Inn Hotel and Conference Center on French Island, La Crosse. By Dell's Raceway Park in Wisconsin Dells. By Weir's Machine and Racing Products in Bangor, Wisconsin. And by JT's Long Shots Grill and Saloon in historic downtown West Salem.